afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for March 5th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm making a special announcement for everyone. I'm going to have a brief call. Well, we'll try to make it brief, to discuss availability of the chakra liquid. And I will give directions to everybody on how to get in line to have it available to you. So that's really exciting news. I got a lot of information in the wee hours this morning about it. So we will have that call. Oh, let's see here. Today is Thursday. We'll have that call at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Friday tomorrow. 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Friday tomorrow. So make sure everybody writes that down. It'll be on this line so that I can make sure everybody has the information so that we are getting ready to produce it. So it shouldn't be a very long time. But I have some additional information that I think we should pass on to everybody so that they have a stronger understanding and knowledge of its power. And you'll understand, things are going to start coming more and more together if they haven't already for all of you, from the perspective of that, I've set it up where you have a heart-mind picture that you develop for yourselves on just about everything. And we're connecting the dots here as finitely as we can so that the understanding is very clear. And you know exactly the direction you're heading in. And this information that I've been sharing with you has all been designed for all of you. And it is very important when you choose to take this path, this direction of enlightenment, ascension. There's a lot of shifting and changing occurring. That's a guarantee. It is not going to go. It's not going to one day going to happen. It's already in process. This planet is in a transcendence right now. It is progressing quite superbly, and so are all of we. And as I've mentioned to everybody, for those of you who are more visual, that like to see, and I say this to you because all you have to do is look at the construct in front of you to know emphatically that we are shifting right now. It is happening right now, and it isn't something that's going to happen. It's not going to be 10 years from now, 1,000 years from now. It is already in full engagement. Some of you are experiencing things subtle. Some of it's subtle. The dormant DNA in your bodies are coming online. So I'm giving you a heads up on that. It's not doom and gloom at all. It's the opposite. but they are coming online, okay? The medical structure on this planet has no clue about any of that, okay? The gene therapist and the geneticist have no clue. That's why they've called it junk DNA. Say, it's to deter everybody to put any attention onto it. But as I've shared with you on occasion, it has been put there on purpose for a reason, for this transition. And now it is going to start coming online. It's not going to be like, boom, all of it. But everyone you're experiencing things in your body because of this dormant DNA is no longer dormant, and it is coming online. It's just like when you flip a switch, you have a panel of switches or buttons, and you push them, and you have this light comes on, that light comes on, so on and so forth. In a visual, that's basically what is occurring without getting into heavy technical detail. And it'll be far-reaching and ever-changing for the civilization and this planet. So that is why there's so many out in the wanting to help other civilizations. You know, not the doom and gloom scenario. Oh, they're going to take us over and all this stuff. You know it. You feel the vibrational frequency. It is a spectacular time. There couldn't be a better time that we picked to be here on this planet, in this planet above and below it. It is absolutely magniglorious, and it is just going to keep getting better and better and better. So that's why we talk about that when you see with your human eyes, your Homo sapien eyes, when you see all of this gobbledygook going on, it is an absolute giveaway that we are advancing and transforming into higher density and frequency. There's no doubt about it. Okay? So you'll be experiencing ongoing different shifts and changes, nothing, alarming or detrimental. It's quite the opposite. The things that we experience that we aren't used to, remember, the ego mind can kick in at any time during this transformation and cause you to become frightened, worried, and stressful, or you run to your allopathic for advice and tests and so on and so forth. This isn't a degradation of your body. It is the opposite. Period. So I'm just emphasizing that, so giving everybody a clear heads up that we are definitely in full swing, and things are going to begin to accelerate here for the civilization. Now, I'm not saying that everyone is prepared. Those who are asleep will have some bumpiness. That there's no doubt about it, because they don't understand it. Imagine if you were in their shoes. Imagine that. Imagine if you didn't have somewhat of a heads up for yourself. Okay? Imagine how you would be with this massive shift happening, this transformation. All of you are fortunate from the standpoint that you're awake enough to understand, that you're in consciousness enough to comprehend what this means. It's an absolute celebration. It's an ongoing celebration. It's not just once, but it'll be ongoing as we begin to embrace more and more the gods that we are, and more beyond consciousness. A lot of us are going to experience what that's like. And it isn't about passing out and all of that stuff, but it is a true cosmic experience. So in today's meditation, do something kind for yourself. Do something kind for yourself on a daily basis. Offer yourself a random act of kindness. The better friend that you can be to yourself means that you will be a better friend you will be with others. And I've talked about this several times over the years, is that everyone loves you when you love you. Everyone loves you when you love you. Now, it's a little difficult. Like last night on the TFCC, some people, some gals talked about anger. And, but the wonderful thing is that they were aware of their anger. They were aware of it. That's a huge breakthrough. They were aware that they were getting angry. And they looked at that anger, and they knew why they were getting angry. That's tremendous understanding. And people say, well, that's not a big deal. A lot of people don't know that. They just flow with it. They're just angry. They're just angry, and that's it. They're angry. They get angry or whatever. Or they're frightened, and they just go with it because it's the bicameral residual effects on those particular people. And when you can actually say, okay, I know when I'm getting angry here. I know that the ego mind is in charge again. It's taken the helm again. So I will step up with the heart mind and make sure that the ego mind, I'll lovingly say to the ego mind, take a seat. I'm in charge. And it's the same way with kindness and gentleness with yourself. It always is you. See? Because I'll give you an example. If you have somebody, okay, just random, generically speaking, somebody, and you're just kind of, skipping along, doing your own thing, and somebody comes around and causes you irritation, and catapults you to anger, all right? And it's you, say. It isn't them, and I'll tell you why. It's because it depends on where you're at with you, on how you manage that entire confrontation or feeling, emotion. It depends on you, so it's you. So you can look at it two ways. Say, oh, well, okay, ego mind, take a seat. I'm in charge here. And I have no interest in being angry. It doesn't do anything for me whatsoever. Anger begets anger. And it degrades our higher frequency and pulls us down basically into the cesspool of dark low matter frequencies. That's what it does. Why would we ever entertain that? So as we become more conscious and aware of who and what we are, we're able to, and we may not know it at first, but it is a wonderful thing that we're able to begin to fine tune and say, I'm not going to be in that anger. I'm not going to embrace that low frequency. Why would I? It doesn't do anything for me or with me except pull me down. See? And so it's always us, because we are in the driver's seat with us, with our God, and with who and what we are. So we begin to become, it almost starts to become autopilot, because our response is, anger is starting to come in, I won't have it. I'm not interested in it. I'm not going to entertain it. I don't care to entertain it. So therefore, and what you'll do is you'll turn to your anger, and you'll give your anger love, and the anger will disperse. It will be no more. It'll fade away. It's the same with fear. It's the same with everything. So if you can identify your anger in any situation that you're conscious enough through the heart mind, you'll turn around and be able to, it'll be effortless to manage it. At first, it might be a little sticky, but eventuality, it irons out, and wrinkles are released, and you're able to do that with everything, with ease. So it's the same with kindness. Who's your best friend? We always think of our best friend as being outside of us. But your best friend is you. How can you have a best friend if you are not your best friend? How can you do that? You can't. That's why a lot of us go through life, and we're fortunate that later in life, if we can put up one. How many really good friends give you the shirt off their back in any situation? Can you name? How many fingers do you have? And you're really fortunate if you can raise one finger. If you just say one. Most will say none. And the majority of the time, it is because you are your own best friend. And as your best friend that you are for yourself, everyone loves you when you love you. That's really well put, simply put. Everyone loves you when you love you. So, if you will, go to a place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is relax our bodies. And how do we relax our bodies? We surrender all of our stresses and fears and anxieties. Why would we hold on to something that we ourselves have created, that we created to reality, or another word that people use, manifest, but we create it into reality? And when we do that, we become it. We become the fear. We become the worry. We become the stress. So, surrender it. Let it go. Detach. Unhook. Say, you can enjoy this life immensely without attaching yourself to it. You see what I mean? You can enjoy this life immensely, fully, enrichingly, without attaching yourself to it. So, as we relax the body, you'll feel it just let go. It'll just drop. You'll feel this kind of a soft wave where your shoulders are dropped. Wherever you're carrying your stress and your fear, we carry it in the weirdest places. Sometimes it might be our fingers, or sometimes it might be our toes or our feet. When I was a massage therapist, it was amazing when I would do reflexology that people, I could find that where their stress, where they stored their anxiety and their stress and their fear. We're all different. We store it different ways. And yes, we do store it. It's like a hook on a rack. And we hook it on the rack. And it just sits there and dangles and moves back and forth with us. Until we just say, there's a reason why would I carry this with me? And so we just let it go. We unhook it. It falls away. Yeah. Some of us are so embracing of it, and we hug it. You know, it's like our blanket or something. We're hugging it. I can let go of this. Because in reality, we get comfortable with our own misery. You see how dangerous that can get when we become comfortable with our own misery? And that's why it's so unusual and we feel so out of place when we embrace our comfort. And our comfort is we feel kind of stretched about it, is our bliss and joy and peace and tranquility and gentleness. That's what will happen when we really hug onto our misery, where we begin. It's the dog laying on the nail on the porch. That's exactly what some of us do. So as we relax the body, we want to move in the now. What does that mean, moving in the now? I'll share that with you. Moving in the now means that you are not in the past. The past is gone. It's inert. None of the things that you're doing now has anything to do with that past unless you're living the past. The danger point of living the past is that you get so comfortable with living the past that you end up moving it into your future and reliving the past in your future. So this is why all we have is the now, because the past, the present, and the future are all in the now. The past is dead. We've already experienced it. We're in the now. There's no future because we're creating our future in the now. Okay? It's when I used to do card readings in astrology, you go, people would always ask me, when am I going to see this? When is this going to happen? It's the future. See? It's the future. So, as we understand that, we move into the now, we still the mind. You know what the now is? The now is that you're washing your hands, and you're not thinking of everything else in the past and in the future. You're only thinking about the now. I'm washing my hands. I'm cleaning them. The water feels great. I'm grateful for the water. I'm grateful for my hands. It's an experience, and you're in deep gratitude for that experience. That's the now. But most of us are washing our hands, not paying any attention to the now, because we're thinking of the past, or we're reminiscing, we're off in the past, then we go off into the future, and the now is abandoned. See? So you'll know when you're in the now is if you're focused on exactly what you're doing. If you're preparing a meal, if you're doing ingredients, whatever it may be that you're doing. That's the now, in the moment, always in the moment. So as we relax the body and we move into the now, we want to breathe. Breath in through the nose and breath out through the mouth. Breathing is so important. It's so powerful. When you breath in, and as you breath in, you sustain the breath in. And you only do it for 3 seconds. And this focuses you on the now, in the moment. Because with your breath, it is only in the moment, only in the now. And so when you do that, you use vibrational frequencies. You use words. You say them to yourself. You don't have to say it out loud. But you say, I am light, I am love, I am. Or, I am power. I am happiness. I am joy. I am bliss. Whatever vibrates with you, there isn't a set pattern. It is, you say what you are. I am love. I am joy. I am light. I am. Whatever it is. And you sustain that 3 seconds, and then you breath out through the mouth. Most of us shallow breathe. What is shallow breathing? It's when you're going about your activities of your day, and you're not in the now because you aren't even paying any attention to your breath, to your breathing. We all do it. It's not like we're exempt from it. And so what happens is that we lack oxygen purification through the tissue in the body because we do it for so long. Say, you imagine that when you were a young child that you were taught to focus on your breath, to focus on, and taught what that meant, just like I'm sharing right now. Can you imagine that if you did that with all the children, and just that part, and not including all the other things? Wow, wouldn't that be phenomenal? Okay? So, shallow breathing is when you barely breathe. And you're sitting somewhere and you're barely breathing. You don't know it because your mind's everywhere but the now. So when you breathe, you're focusing only on the now. You'd be amazed how powerful your breath is. How it will literally realign you with the now. How it will calm you, de-stress you, ease you, relax you. And yet, see, because we're so caught in the bicameral, we're so caught in the past and we're so caught in the future that we don't have time to focus on our breathing. Isn't that amazing? So, we want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. So as we breath in, we're breathing in divine, positive energy. It is the purity of existence. It is the purity of consciousness. It is source creation, that which created us, out of deep eternal love and gratitude. So it comes in, and it comes in through the God within us, and through the God within us, through the heart-mind. Now, there are many who are very confused because when you say the God within, a lot of people experience this guilt. It's like they stutter. You can see it when you can absolutely feel it. That we're all connected, and they kind of move back, like they don't have to say a word. You can tell. Okay? It's the dogma. It's the bicameral influence on the civilization for thousands and thousands of years. So, the God, through the heart-mind, communicates on a vibrational level as you breath in. You are your best friend. You are love. So when you love you, believe me, even though that ego mind right now is incessantly saying, no, don't listen to this, don't listen to this. Because when you love you, everyone loves you. I kid you not. How many people can you say you come across that love themselves? How many? Including you. How many people, including you, that you come across that love themselves? And I'll share with you, those people have a lot of people that love them. It's always about you. See? And we've been deferred so many times and taught so many opposites of that. It isn't always about you. You ever heard that one? It isn't always about you. You know, what about me? No, what about them? It can't always be about you. And then it's the opposite. See, that is looked at from a low dark matter frequency perspective. Like it's the ego, but it isn't. It's the heart mind. And it's misconstrued. Boy, they're pompous. Boy, they think they're something. You see how that works? And a lot of people, you can tell the difference between an egoist or an egotist and someone who is through the heart mind. The confidence of an egotist is much different than the confidence of one through the heart mind. It's a whole different thing. So, it is always about you. It is about your journey within you. See? It has always been within you. So it's the journey within you. It is discovering the love that you truly are. The purity of the consciousness that you truly are. How can you discover that if you're always outside yourself trying to please everything externally to give you comfort temporarily because someone may like you? You see how it works? And it's all bicameral. Okay? We depend on how we are based upon how others view us. That's bicameral. We are not bicameral. We have not been for over 2 millennia. You see? When we understand that with ourselves, then all of this out here has no bearing on us. It is always about you. Always about you. And that is through the heart mind, because that is your journey. It's all of our journey if we choose to take it. Now, as we breath out, we're breathing out and we feel it. None of us are exempt from it. It's that tug, that little bit of discomfort. I'm not really convinced about that. No. It's the ego mind. But you become more and more cognizant of the fact that it is the ego mind. That it is the ego mind that gives you the discomfort. See? And when you start becoming uncomfortable, discomforted with the ego mind, you really have made a massive breakthrough with yourself. Because now it's flipped. It's switched. You're comfortable with the heart mind and with the God you are. You're growing closer with what you are and who you are. And you're furthering and distancing yourself more and more with the ego mind. And the ego mind is sensing that you are leaving it. So therefore it becomes that much more, it becomes that much more compelling for every one of us. That much more compelling. So we work through the heart mind because we are the love. And the heart mind is the love. And it's the emotion. And the heart mind, through the heart mind, we discover that we are our own best friend. And that we love ourselves. And in eventuality, everyone else will love us. Pretty good bet on that. I'd say 100 to 1. Bet. 100 in your favor to 1 against your favor. Now, we are in the heart mind. We know that. You're not in the ego mind. So, as we're in the heart mind, we are also in the kingdom of God within us. And we are one. The three of us are one. What makes up the God? There's a lot of words, descriptions. You've got the soul, you've got the higher self, you've got the spirit. It's all of us together, all of it, as one, as the one. And when we breath in divine positive energy, remember that. And we also are in company of many, many others right now, right in this moment. We have archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, all of them. They are a civilization who vibrate at a different frequency than we do. Higher frequency. So with our eyes, we cannot see them. Only when they materialize into a humanoid form in the frequency that we are in, we see them. They do appear. They are with us 24/7. There are trillions of them, so understand that it's not unusual to have 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 50,000 around us. Okay? They vibrate at the highest of high frequencies, of the highest of deep eternal love, and from the highest of deepest eternal love, and the deepest of gratitude. All of them. And we have the Ascended Masters with us right now. And Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Hell, Thought, many, many, many more. And so what are the Ascended Masters? They are those who have mastered ascension. So they have ascended out of body and maintained God form. Sometimes they may enter physical form for a brief period of time to navigate and to convey a message or communication. That's about it. They've mastered ascension. What are we doing? We have ascended into body and are experiencing the body, the life experience in the body. That's what we're doing. So are we Ascended Masters? Absolutely. Understand there's no such thing as a hierarchy. That is a man-created frequency. We all are experiencing on different planes of existence in our own direction as we choose. It doesn't make anybody better or more powerful than anybody else. Okay? That is a construct of this planet and several others. And we are all inherently free. And that's another construct that we have had put on us on this planet, that we aren't free. We will always be free. Ascended Masters are in the highest of deepest eternal love from the highest of deepest eternal love and the highest of deepest gratitudes. We're all in this high frequency. Can't participate in this meditation togetherness without it. You cannot be a low dark matter frequency because you cannot sustain even for a split second in this high frequency. You'll vaporize. So we come together. Those of us in physical form, arm in arm, hand in hand, even through the etherical form, arm in arm, hand in hand, and we form a halo, a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia. And it is just the light, not form, not image, but just the light. And it grays out the darkness of space because it is so brilliant and it's so bright. If you were to look upon it with your biological eyes, they would burn them out of their sockets. And it is pure, deep, eternal love, light frequency of that which we are made. So as we do this, we begin to ascend upward, levitate upward. There's a field that emits from us, from the circle. And the field is everywhere. It's like a gossamer. It's like a fluid mist of brilliant reflective colors that literally embrace and enrobe all of us, planet, on and above and below, all of us, all life, throughout the solar system and beyond. And the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael, it's a reminder. It is a marker post to remind us that we are the power of healing. The violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael, it is a post. It is a reminder of that we are the power of strength, vitality, and resolve. transmuting flame. We have the power to administer the expulsion and neutralization of all lower dark matter frequencies that may attach themselves or try to invade us. We simply transmute them all in the neutral light substance. It isn't a difficult thing to do. We send them back to source creation. And we are reminded of the violet ray. The violet ray literally purifies the entire area that we just transmuted into that neutral light substance to eliminate any dark matter frequencies. The white fire, which is a marker, a post that lets us know or reminds us that we have impenetrable armor, that we maintain a highest, deepest, eternal love light frequency. And we choose, if we open our doors, to invite them in when we lower our frequencies to such a level where they're all invited in. It is our choice. Which one do we choose? I choose the higher, deeper, eternal love light frequency. Always. We have the golden white pink light of source creation, that which created prime source creator God. That's what created feminine, masculine, mother, father God. That's what created all of us. What is source creation? Pure consciousness. So we're always protected 24/7 unless we choose not to be. So as we begin to ascend higher and higher, we step outside our bodies. Those who have bodies, we step outside of them. And we're free-floating. We receive source creation constant bathing and saturation of deep eternal love. It's unending, of abundance, prosperity, happiness, joy, to remind us that that's what we are. We immediately call out to all of the light energy beings that all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us, and the highest of deepest gratitudes can join us in this meditation, this circle of lightness now. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-negativity, non-ego, and stillness of mind. They're in gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the Guga plexus. One Guga plex fills this entire universe. They come in the trillions of Guga plexus from every direction. They connect with the soul. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes and the highest and deepest eternal love. We are of the highest and deepest, deepest gratitudes and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth. Many, many, many civilizations. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest of deepest gratitude can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-negativity, non-ego, stillness of mind, kindness, gentleness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace. Tranquility and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs, and they join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are all in the highest of deepest eternal love. And we're all one. And we're all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere and expanding. We call upon the galactics, all the off-worlders, many, many, many civilizations, just to name a fraction. Arcturians, Andromedans, Syrians, and Pleiadians. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest, the deepest gratitude join us in this meditation, this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-negativity, non-ego, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, and they come in the billions. They have been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and slavery. And in the billions, their gods with our gods with theirs. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this meditation, this now, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are all one. We are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere and expanding. We call upon our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest of deepest gratitude can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, generosity, kindness, gentleness, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this meditation, this circle of light, this now. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now, this meditation, this circle of light. Just to name a few of them: the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the dwarves, the gnomes, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest, deepest gratitude can join us in this meditation and this circle of light in this now. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility and benevolence. And they come in the trillions, shapes, sizes, colors, forms, configurations of which we have never seen before. Their gods with our gods with theirs, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are with us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, the deepest of eternal love. we are all one, and we are all love, and our God light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, and it continues to expand exponentially. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. We created this sphere a couple of years ago. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. All of our meditations, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, unending, flooding us nonstop with the deepest of deepest, deepest eternal love and the deepest of deepest, deepest gratitude, happiness, joy, abundance, peace, prosperity, bliss, joy, all make up every one of us. We are all the one. We are all the love. And we are in brilliance of source creation. This sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. You feel it as it floods you. It communicates with you. You are your best friend. You are the love. When you embrace without resistance that you are your own best friend and you are the love, you will transform everything outside of you. Everything. When you sustain this, it will be absolutely nirvana. Beyond the beyond the beyond. You can feel it as it floods you now. You can feel the vibrational frequency. You can feel your body warming. You can feel your skin tingling. It is pure bliss. This is our natural state of being. We look down upon this planet Earth Gaia. We see, we feel all of our brothers and sisters, all life on and above and below this planet Earth Gaia. They too are being flooded. We affect change. Change is constant. We literally are lifting the frequencies of this planet, and she is elated. The transformation is in full swing, has engaged. The solar minimum has been achieved. We are free, and we are love, and we are joy, and we are bliss, and we are our own best friend. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening, into the night, the following morning, because you'll see that when you choose to embrace that you are the love and you are your own best friend, and then you literally become that of which you are, your whole outer world will shift immediately. We will be back here March 6, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern.